For years, let's be honest, the messaging space in India was pretty much a one-horse race. But then, almost overnight, everything changed. A dramatic battle has just erupted. We're talking about a global giant facing off against a homegrown challenger in a classic David versus Goliath fight for your chats. So what kicks all this off? Well, it comes down to this number. A brand new app called Arattai saw its user traffic and signups just exploding by nearly 100 times in just a few days. Now that's not just growth, that is an earthquake. It sent shockwaves through the market, and it meant its parent company, Zoho, had to scramble like crazy just to scale up its infrastructure. And this really brings us to the big question we're digging into today. You've got this upstart app directly challenging the king of messaging. But in a world where your network is literally everything, can it actually win? Let's break it all down. Okay, first things first, let's meet the challenger. This is Arattai, which, by the way, means banter in Tamil. And its whole game plan is to position itself as the Made in India alternative, betting big on this growing wave of digital nationalism. And look, this isn't just some clever marketing slogan. Arattai is really benefiting from a powerful Swadeshi or local-first narrative. It's even gotten public endorsements from Indian government figures who are basically telling users it's time to switch to a homegrown platform. Now, Arattai isn't just trying to be a WhatsApp clone. It's got some unique features to stand out. Imagine this: joining a work meeting or even streaming your messages directly on your Android TV. It's also promising this personal file storage space called Pocket. And this is a big one: tools to import your old chat history, trying to make that switch a little less painful. But, and this is a big but, here's a potential deal breaker. Arattai is all about security and keeping data in India, but there are some serious lingering questions about its encryption. It's not totally clear if it's fully implemented and proven in every single case, which, is a major red flag for anyone who cares about their privacy. All right, let's hop over to the other side of the ring and look at the reigning champion. With its massive global user base, WhatsApp just feels like this unstoppable force, right? It's so deeply woven into our daily lives. But the giant is definitely not sleeping. In fact, it's pushing a whole wave of new features, starting with support for live and motion photos. What this means is you can send images that have these little bursts of motion and sound embedded right inside, which makes your chats feel way more alive and dynamic. And of course, you knew this was coming. AI. WhatsApp is plugging in Meta AI to let you generate custom chat themes and backgrounds on the fly. This really deepens its connection to that broader Meta ecosystem and all of its powerful tech. It's even adding an AI-powered writing assistant. So this feature can help you adjust the tone of your messages, switch it from casual to professional with a tap. And the best part? It all happens right on your device, which means the content of your message stays completely private. And that privacy angle, that is WhatsApp's core defense. The company has launched this huge global campaign just hammering home its main selling point: end-to-end encryption. And this message is a direct shot at the security questions swirling around its new rival. However, let's be real, WhatsApp has its own serious vulnerabilities. The platform is still a massive channel for misinformation. It's a problem that's kind of fueled by its group forwarding system, and critics say it still hasn't really gotten it under control. So, now that we know both sides, let's put them head-to-head in the arena and really see how they stack up against each other. Okay, let's break down this matchup. On one side, you have WhatsApp's enormous global network, and it's basically ironclad encryption. On the other, you've got Arattai's local focus, its political backing, and these unique features that are tied into the Zoho business ecosystem, which is a really popular suite of work apps. What it really boils down to is a fundamental clash: global scale versus local pride, and proven security versus new innovation. So, given this standoff, what actually happens next? Well, the outcome of this whole fight is probably going to be decided by just a few key factors. There are really 4 things that are going to decide this fight. First, the encryption race. Can Arattai actually win user trust? Second, the switching game. Can it get people to overcome the massive hassle of moving their entire social life? Third, regulation. Could government policy actually tip the scales in favor of the local player? And finally, the feature race. Who can build the future of messaging faster? But in the end, it really might all come down to this one thing: the power of the network effect. The single biggest hurdle for Arattai isn't features or funding, It's overcoming the simple fact that everyone you know is already on WhatsApp. Getting millions of people to switch all at once is just an immense challenge. So, why should you even care about this messaging more? Well, because competition is always good for you, the user. This battle forces both sides to fight for your trust, and that leads to better privacy, more innovative features, and ultimately more choice. And that brings us to our final question. This intense battle is being fought over your messages, your groups, your data. The companies are fighting, the governments are watching, but in the end, who really decides who wins? Well, the answer, of course, is you.